show that talks about Tulsa, people making a difference in the Tulsa community, special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses, to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about, the hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, or on www.KBOB899.com, or tuning in to any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Mr. Molly Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, October 8th. 2025, and we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and Simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them you can dial in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, it's the medical report with Dr. Andre Perdue. Our topic, a new study has findings about Black America diagnosed with heart failure and stroke. Find out what.
Yep. We'll also have representatives from the Queen Village. Yes, the Queens are in the house, y'all. They live in studio. We're going to talk about their latest event.
And our Hump Day hot topics, which are LC Buckshot Smith. I bet y'all don't know who he is, but I'm gonna tell y'all about him and who he is. He's got some stuff that's going on, and Operation Safe Invoice is in. Find out what we, the Oklahomans, are paying for those cleanup crews. And then Colin Kaepernick's independent autopsy study of Trey Reed is in, and it is not good, y'all. So we're gonna find out what it has to say. We're going to talk about birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and Simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. Put on your seatbelt. I guess they're looking good. We're going to be right back, y'all.
What's up, y'all? This is Charlie Wilson, and you listen to 89.9 FM. Bobby Eaton Show.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as spring break camp, summer camp, and after school. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News You Can Use.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things. One, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
What's going on, family? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes fitting back in EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and NYCU.FM. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development with an emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I'm so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I'm also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, what's up?
What's cracking?
It's Hump Day.
It is Hump Day. Thank the Lord.
Yeah. This weather's kind of bipolar out there.
Yes.
Started out cold. I done threw the jacket on. Now I feel like two sweat beats right here. But I know we got to work. It's the reason why we got these nice jackets on. But it is Hump Day. How was your weekend?
Man, so the girls had football this weekend. So we was out there at Wasso cheering. And we also had to go out to Berry Hill. I'm going to tell y'all, I ain't even going to lie. I got lost. Because my GPS, I don't know where she was trying to take me, but I'm like, girl, we could have went a different way.
No, that GPS in Berry Hill. If you've never tried to drive out there, once you get it between the mountains and all that stuff, it's a little. I've been out there in that Berry Hill area, and you can get lost, like afraid. Yeah, and don't let it be nighttime.
Oh no, it was a day game. Thank God. But my Owasso Rams pulled through. They was like, we are not losing another game.
They came through.
They came through in the clutch. So much so that they stopped the clock. Because, little kids, they don't want you to just get a beat down. Yeah. So they stopped the clock. I was like, no, give us our points. Run us our points.
That's kind of like somebody get you in the headlock and you say, uncle.
Yeah.
And that means the fight is over. Yeah, I mean, everybody has the right to say, yeah, call me uncle. You say uncle, you got to let them go. Yeah. We'll fight another day.
So the girls did good. First and third grade won. So they did a great job. The girls get a good job cheering. Karma did a cartwheel. I was okay, Karma. Yes. Yeah. So we had a good time all in all. It was a great football day. So, so if those of you who can see us on the live.
Hey, if you're on the live now.
Yes. You see, we got on this fly, NYCU.FM gear.
Yeah.
Can y'all see that? And mine says Damali's World.
Yeah.
Because that's my radio show.
That's Mr. Harper's neighborhood right there. Okay. I'm going to zoom it in. I'm going to put it inside the camera so they can see it. Oh. No, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do it like that.
Right. So we want to give a huge shout out to our friends over at American HTV and Crafts over at 6808 South Memorial Drive for these awesome jackets. And not only do we have jackets, I actually have on my baseball.
That's nice. That is.
Yeah, baseball jersey. I got a baseball jersey, y'all. I don't even know what it is. It's a cute shirt. Okay.
See, sometimes, everything don't have to have a purpose to it.
I know,
so sometimes you see something, it just look good.
It just look good.
And looking good is enough. People be like, you don't even know what you got on. You be like,
I don't care.
But it look good.
Yeah, but I like it. Yeah. So, give a huge shout out to them because we appreciate them. You can hit them up. Like I said, they're located at 6808 South Memorial Drive. You can hit them up on their website at American HTV Tulsa. Right. And that's H like Howard, T like Tom, V like Victor. Tulsa.com. They can hook you up. I mean, they got, high school jackets. They got, Greek wear. They got all kinds of stuff. So, you guys go and check them out.
We're just going to say, if you're looking for some merch, y'all, any kind of color, any kind of hat, any kind of mug, and they don't run out. I've never seen a warehouse with this much stuff. You want to see them?
There's the back. There's the back, y'all.
Yeah.
With that microphone. We dope.
And how this came about, the Black Wall Street Rally. If you have not participated in the Black Wall Street Rally, well, we hosted it this year, and everybody. If you weren't there, you need to be there next time.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
We hosted, we jumped into that a little bit. So I got my little shirt on.
Yeah.
So anyway, when we take this break,
your rally shirt on.
You see that?
Okay, I see you.
See, if you market and promote with us, I got y'all the way, and I can keep going. Okay. But I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Come on, I ain't gonna go.
All right, so we're gonna give a huge shout out. Yesterday was bingo. If you guys don't know, the first Tuesday of the month, we have bingo at the 36th Street North Event Center, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Want to give a huge congratulations to Miss Beverly, who actually won the Oasis Fresh Market gift cards. Yeah. So shout out to her, and I need to go shopping with you. Okay, but we'll talk about that offline.
You know what? She won both of them. So it's like lightning striking twice in the same.
I know.
I told her, girl, you was winning. So I took a picture with her.
But she won like most of the games. She won like 4 or 5 games.
You got to remember, she's a bingo extraordinaire.
She is. She's a bingo holic.
She's a professional. So everybody else is they playing catch up. But shout out to her. So she won.
And then we also want to give a huge shout out to Taylor. And as you notice, we're not saying anybody's last name because we don't want y'all trying to, get with them and try to get some of their winnings. But anyway, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Taylor because he actually won the King George concert tickets.
Man.
So that's going to be happening on October the 18th.
Yeah.
So if you ain't got your tickets, I don't know what to tell you because you could have won some free ones, but there may be an opportunity. I'm just saying, a little birdie told me there might be an opportunity for you to win some free tickets on the show today.
Look, I tell you, so the cat is out the bag. You're going to win some today. So if you're not on the live, text your people because King George coming to Tulsa for the first time ever.
Yes.
He's selling out arenas all over the country, but he's going to land here on Black Wall Street. Tickets been going fast.
They have.
But today, if you stay tapped in, and there's a lot of people on the live, a couple thousand. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to do some shout outs in a minute, but we're going to give you a chance to win because there's nothing like winning.
Absolutely.
We're going to make it happen.
Absolutely. Want to give you guys another little tidbit. Phoenix at 36 North. We've been talking about that. They're located at 3525 North Peoria Avenue, which is, diagonal from the 36th Street North Event Center. They're going to be moving people in on Friday.
I'm so excited about that. Yes. some development in North Tulsa, right on the corner of 36th Street North and Peoria. Is 4 stories. It's commercial at the bottom. They're gonna have a grocery store. They're gonna deliver to the apartment. I've been inside. You know, our producer Steven been in. We've been in. Uncle Bobby, and I'm still trying to get that apartment on the corner. Yeah,
it's probably gone because I just found out they only have 26 units left.
I know, but I'm gonna knock on the door. I'm gonna make a deal. Yeah, I'm going. So whoever got that one at the top that's overlooking downtown.
4th floor, southwest corner,
wherever it is,
southwest corner.
I'm gonna knock on the door and I'm gonna have a check. You know, because I'm gonna have a check now. I don't know if it's gonna bounce. You know, I don't know. We're gonna talk about that piece. But I'm excited. I think it's how many left, Damali? It's
26.
Man, out of 100, only 26.
Out of 100.
1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, but it's for the community, y'all. So they're gonna have a lot of stuff on that first floor. I'm gonna be in there hanging out. So y'all check them out.
Yes.
This Friday, they're moving in.
It's moving day.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I'm glad I ain't moving because that's a chore, but I'm excited for them because they're moving in to something new, nice, and fresh.
And toward the end of the show, we're gonna let you know if you need an apartment, then we'll give you that information. You can go apply because if you don't know 36 and Peoria, that's gonna be like Cherry Street. It's gonna be the main street in North Tulsa, and a lot of people don't know that for whatever reason. They've already broke ground on second phase, so another building coming, and then Capital Homes building 71 homes, and they're behind that. So it's gonna be like I live in Broken Arrow, but it's gonna be equivalent to Broken Arrow or Wasso, South Tulsa, wherever. So North Tulsa got it going on. Right?
Absolutely. Okay, so are you guys ready for the Black History Trivia question?
I think I am. Let's do it.
You got it last week.
I'm two in a row.
Okay.
I'm feeling confident
today. Mr. AJ, I see you on, so let's make sure that you hear the question, okay? Pay attention.
Let's go.
All right. Black History Trivia. What Black female scientist invented in her kitchen an electronic self-feeding apparatus for military amputees made using boiling water, plastic, an ice pick, and a hammer? Was it A, Bessie Blount Griffin? Was it B, Alice Ball? Was it C, Annie Easley? Or was it D, Mamie Phipps Clark?
You know I'm from Arkansas. And when you said somebody made something with boiling water, plastic, ice pick, a hammer, and grandmama's do-rag. I'm like, you didn't say the do-rag. I thought you was going that way, but anyway. Okay, it's a lot of people online. Y'all help me out. Read it one more time and I'm going to be ready. Read it one more time.
One more time.
You did say do-rag.
I did not.
Okay, come on.
Okay, here we go. What Black female scientist invented in her kitchen an electric self-feeding apparatus for military amputees made using boiling water, plastic, an ice pick, and a hammer? Was it A, Bessie Blount Griffin? Was it B, Alice Ball? Was it C, Annie Easley? Or was it D, Mamie Phipps Clark?
Girl, you came up with one with this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Michael Brewer Sr. said B.
Michael said B. I got you, Michael.
B.
What you got? AJ, where is your answer?
He Googling. See, we live. I can't get my phone out. I can't Google on the laptop. I'm just stuck. So, man, Michael said C. Nobody else is saying nothing. So I know what they're doing. Y'all don't have to tell me. My answer, and our special guest listening. So when we come out after the break, we're going to see what their answer is as well. When you take the ACT, if you don't know the question or the answer, and I don't need to know either one, then you go with C.
You going with C?
I'm going with C. I'm going with C.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
With that being said,
AJ said B.
Can I change my answer after the break?
No.
Okay. I'll tell y'all what, man. We got 2 special guests live in studio. The first thing hair is laid. I'm gonna say that before we go to break. But y'all stay locked in if you want to see how the hair is laid. But we coming back. Hey, the village is in the building, y'all. This KBOB 89.9 FM. News you can use. Charles and Damali. We got our special guest coming up next.
It's a B movement.
Oh, yes, it's bingo night. Bingo. And the money right.
Bingo.
It's bingo night. Oh, what a night.
Oh, what a night.
Every first and third Tuesday, starting February 4th.
It's bingo night
at 36th Street North Event Center.
Bingo night.
Bingo nights at 36th Street North Event Center.
Every first and third Tuesday.
With lots of cash and prizes to be given away.
Doors will open at 6 p.m.
and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m.
Game packs starting at only $25.
$125. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy bingo nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And bingo nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo nights every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County. KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News. You can use Charles and Damali, and we are back.
We are back. And so today we're going to do a little switch up. We're going to have the doc come on the second half, and we have some special guests in studio.
Right.
If you guys have not heard about Queens Village, you need to know about Queens Village. They do some amazing things, and that's the place where, if you guys remember, I told you about me getting acupuncture. I got acupuncture in my ear. It was kind of dope. It was kind of weird, but it was kind of dope.
Girl, you said dope and weird.
It was, but it was relaxing, and that was the point. So, got acupuncture very first time in my life at an event that Queens Village put on. So they've got some other events that are going to be happening, and they want to share some information with you. So today we have Deshara and we have Bree in the studio, and they're going to share. But first of all, we're going to let them tell a little bit about themselves. So who's going first? Deshara, are you going first?
I can go first.
Let's
I talk a lot. Yeah.
Okay, come on. Where you from? Who your people is? Some of that stuff.
For real. Well, I grew up on the east side of Tulsa. My name is Deshara V.
All right.
I'm the program coordinator for Queens Village, Tulsa. So, I mean, I've been in and around for a while. We have Miss...
Brittany, and I am from North Side.
North Side? Okay, the east side and the north side. Okay.
I've been with Queens Village for a year now, but I've been in the organization for 3.
Okay, great. And so let people know what Queens Village is and exactly what you guys do.
For sure. I can talk about this all day. So Queens Village didn't start in Tulsa, but it's an organization that focuses on reducing the Black infant mortality rate in cities and cities and counties that are dealing with high Black infant mortality. Basically, what that means is every 3 white babies that are born, only white. I'm sorry, I can't talk today.
Only one.
Every 3 white babies that go home after they're born, only one is going home with the Black family. That means that we're dying at 2 to 3 times more or 2 to 3 times faster than our white counterparts. Yeah, that's both babies and Black moms.
Wow. And so you guys are designed to address that issue.
Yeah, so we're a supportive community for Black women. So we come together to rest, relax, repower, take care of ourselves, each other, and we're really intentional about that. So we focus on reducing Black women's stress because, that can contribute to bad health outcomes.
Right.
And so we really are intentional about creating a space that they don't have to code switch. Hence the acupuncture that was done by a Black woman who's an herbalist. She took the time to educate us on how we can kind of slow down and be intentional about our self-care.
Yeah. And the tea and all of that. It was amazing. That was an amazing event. I mean, and so I recommend, ladies, that if you hear of a Queens Village event, please go and participate and be a part of it, and not just to go, but really be a part of it. They actually offer daycare.
Yes.
So there was daycare, there, so you could bring your kids. You don't have to worry about what you're going to do with them. They had great food, so that was amazing.
Made by a Black woman.
Okay.
It's something about Black woman's hands in that kitchen.
Yes.
And the childcare, that's a big thing too, because oftentimes that's a barrier for Black women to come to events. They're like, oh my gosh, this sounds like such a great idea, but I ain't got nobody to watch the kids.
That's right.
We just had a Black Girls Game Night in partnership with the Black Moms of Tulsa.
Dope.
And we had like almost 30 kids there. They was chilling, kicking
Yeah.
and loving it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was amazing. And the Black moms, we got together. We had a good time.
Yeah. But that's a great play date.
Yes,
Exactly. Great play date. So while moms are doing their thing, the kids got their own little groups that they can do their thing. So that's awesome.
Let me ask this, because I didn't know that. So when you say that, that's scary. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, Mom, I got a bunch of sisters. I got a bunch, So why is that happens in the hospitals?
To be honest, and I mean, I don't know how
Keep
deep
it
you want me to go. Okay.
You deep as you want to go. Yeah.
It's systemic racism. A lot of doctors, when they're going through medical school, they're taught to believe that Black skin is thicker than white counterparts. They're not as apt to listen to Black women when they say I'm in pain. They believe that we can deal with more pain, or our pain threshold is higher. Several different reasons. There's unfortunately many stories of women hemorrhaging after saying that I'm having these issues and being sent home. Just not really hearing Black women.
Man,
and I think that is the beauty of this show, and that's why we've had Dr. Andre Perdue on our show for the last 5 years, to be able to share with our community, because he's a doctor that looks like us.
Yes,
because a lot of times we are afraid to share what's going on because we feel like we're not being heard.
Right.
So it's like, oh, forget it. I'll just go home, and to some that is our demise.
Right.
So to be able to have a space where you are comfortable, where you can learn about our bodies, in general, and learn things that we can do, is actually a great thing for women to have. So you guys have several events that are coming up.
Yes. Like I said, we're really intentional about getting together and fostering sisterhood. We're going to talk about Queens Village Week, but I wanted to highlight this Saturday, we got a Black Girl Hike going on. We're going to meet up.
There you go.
Where y'all hiking?
Listen,
Where y'all
Turkey
going?
Mountain, baby.
Turkey
Mountain.
That sounds all too much.
We got some easier terrain this time.
Okay.
Look, last year we went up the mountain. We ain't doing that.
Okay.
So y'all not,
y'all start.
Because people be running from the stair stepper.
Listen,
you know what I mean. But if you're trying to go up a mountain, the stair stepper would do you. It would serve you good if you do that. But this year you're not doing that. You're going a little more flat.
It's in partnership with Isaac Bennett from Grow Daily Fitness.
I call him Coach Smiley.
Listen,
Coach Smiley, because he always
you know what? That tracks.
Right.
That tracks. Yes. So we're gonna be out there. He's bringing his crew. We got this is gonna be a family friendly event. Usually we keep the we usually keep the spaces sacred for Black women, meaning that there's no white bodied individuals in our events, but we're allowing them to bring their family. So if your support partner happens not to identify as Black, that's fine. But this is that one event that we're going to allow that. During Queens Village Week, that's going to take place November 3rd through the 9th. We got 4 heavy hitting events, baby. Let me tell you.
Come on.
Okay. One of my favorite is one of our signature events. It's a community baby shower that we put on just for Black women. It's so dope. We offer no cost maternity photo shoots, and it's with a professional photographer.
Yes.
The thing is, they love the maternity photos. So this time, to give them more time to be able to dress up and everything, we're going to move that event on its own. So we're going to have that to kick off the week. We got a Mommy and Me stroll on Greenwood in partnership with the Greenwood Trio.
Nice. Yes.
So y'all know Cody Ransom with Greenwood Trio.
Of course. Yes.
Phenomenal. So he let me know that if you attend this event, you can bring your family back for free to get that tour with Greenwood Griots. He's going to be giving us some rich history about Greenwood as we walk down and end at Vernon A&E and get graced with Miss Christy Williams.
Y'all know.
I just love her. Yes. But it's going to be a great week. And then that Saturday, November 8th, this is the one I really want people to come to.
Okay.
We got a no-cost conference. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I love hearing about Sarah Jakes Roberts when she comes and does a Women Evolve conference. But then I see that bill.
Man.
Uh-oh.
Admission.
who paying $300?
Yeah.
Who paying, you know,
Who doing that?
Yeah, but you know, more power to her. This is going to be no cost. We are going to have childcare for the event as well.
Okay.
And then we'll end it off with that community baby shower.
Yeah.
Wow, that's called $3.99, Damali.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better, you know,
Yeah.
than free. Can I do some shout outs
Yes,
on the
you can.
live?
Go
You know,
ahead,
because
go ahead.
I was so excited they rolled in. I didn't get the people shout out yet. My
Yes.
bad. We got hundreds of secret listeners. So they
Yeah.
must have knew the
Hey,
Queen Village
y'all.
was
We
pulling
see
up.
y'all.
But cousin Lori is on.
Hey, cousin.
Your mom is on. My
Hey,
mom,
mommy.
welcome to the show. Natasha Mitchell, what's up?
Hey,
Welcome
Natasha.
to the show. Poonie,
Oh, hey,
that
Poonie.
better be right. They said, bro,
What's
you
up?
said my name all wrong. We gonna
Right.
see.
Not
Yeah,
Poonie.
charge it to me. Head,
Oh, God,
not my
right,
heart.
right.
Michael Brewer, he's in the building, y'all.
What's up,
Welcome to the
Michael?
show. Mr. AJ, Mr. Energizer
What's up,
down there in
AJ?
Arkansas. Welcome to the show. Angela Davis.
Hey, Angela.
Come on,
Welcome
Angela.
to the show.
Yeah.
Uncle Brian is
Hey,
in
Uncle Brian.
the building as well. We got Miss Ernestine Broom.
Hey, Miss Brown.
Hope you're doing better. We love you. We miss
Yes.
you. I'm coming back to the live, y'all. I promise. But this is good here.
Yes.
Because look, I can't go past all this stuff fast. I can't
Yes.
because right now our sisters deal with so much stress.
Man.
We've been riding on the backs of the sisters, the Mali,
Man.
since way back in slavery. They just
Mhm,
navigating.
mhm.
So anything that's catering to the mamas,
Mhm.
and being there for them and giving them a break, my
Yeah.
God, just a break, then I'm all for that.
Right.
Now,
Exactly.
I know you said good food, and I know I'm not welcome there, but I'm just trying to be friendly. You know what I'm talking about? Can I take out the trash? I'm just trying to do something
one of the
for Brittany.
events is
Be
at
with
the
me.
event center, right?
Yes,
Okay.
at 36th Street Event Center.
So
Yes.
you
I
actually,
will
your
be.
office is at the event
I
center.
got a suit and a hat
So you can come.
and white gloves. I mean,
And
whatever
at the
I gotta
baby
do.
shower, they can bring their support partners. So if that's
Yeah.
your granny, if that's your spouse, they can come as well.
So you can
That's
find a
awesome.
friend.
Mhm.
I can find
And sneak in
somebody.
there.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
sneak-
slide in there.
sneak in there. Don't y'all
He
say
gonna be
nothing.
peeking.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make eye contact with nobody. So you see me, I'm
you
gonna look
might
down.
just get an honorary plate.
Huh?
How about that? We
Yeah.
just give you an
Right.
honorary
We'll sneak it
plate.
out the
Can I ask you age group? When can you become a part of the Queen Village? Like
So
the
I'm
youngest.
I done cut you off.
No,
I'm
you
so
good.
sorry.
You good.
If you're a black woman, you're part of the village.
You
But
in the
we-
village.
Yeah, you in the village
Mhm.
automatically. We do focus on women of childbearing age because that's a really, really critical time. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of black women, they can't just be pregnant. They got to worry about working 2-3 jobs
Man,
and
come
how am
on.
I going to provide diapers and how am I going to clothe this baby? How am I going to feed them? Right.
Mhm.
So we really hone in on that demographic. That's what, about 16 to 42, 45 now.
Yes.
It's been redefined
Whoa.
several times, but
Okay.
yeah, that's a wide range. But we welcome
Right.
all black women from all generations.
That's awesome.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is awesome. This, I just love this event just because, like Charles says, it does give women a space to just be.
Yeah,
And that's what I got from the last, like the lady playing the bowls.
sound bowls. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God,
Mhm.
amazing.
Mhm.
So we were in there with the music, the sound bowls, with the, acupuncture ears.
The whole
And
thing.
Shayla P.
Yeah, Shayla did
Mhm.
she, I mean, so, I encourage any woman that can attend this event, please do.
Yes.
How can they get information about the events?
So right now, you want to follow us on social media. It's at Queens Village Tulsa on Instagram and Facebook.
Mhm.
Registration for these events are going to open up on October 20th.
Okay.
Follow us so y'all can stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Brittany here actually oversees one of our programs, the Queen's Corner out at Westview Clinic. You want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, Queen's Corner.
And Brittany, say hi to Mama, because she on.
Yes.
She on?
Hi, Mama.
There you go. There you go.
Friend.
So I'm at Queen's Corner at Westview on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9 to 12.
Right.
So you can come out there and get all kind of resources that we have. You can also pick up a QR code for our events that we are having as well.
Okay.
Right now I'm handing out information about relaxing, how Black women can relax on a little
Mhm.
card or whatever. And just come out and talk to me like your mom. She stopped by the table twice.
Yes.
We had a whole conversation. I took some gems from her. She took some gems from me. And that's
Right.
kind of like what we want to do at Queen's Corner.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if somebody wants to volunteer and come
Or
help,
donate.
or donate,
Or-
how can they do that?
So I didn't say this before, but we're a flagship program of the Oklahoma Birth Equity Initiative. Have y'all heard of that before?
Yes,
Y'all know they
Omari.
provide
Yeah.
mhm,
Oh, yeah.
Omari Jimerson,
Mhm.
big wig up in the
Yeah.
maternal health space.
Yes.
So they offer no cost doula services, but we focus specifically on Black women in the form of these events. If you go to okbirthequity.org, there's a donate button in the top right hand corner.
Okay.
All you got to do is pencil in a little little comment section, Queens Village.
Mhm.
You can donate $10, $20. I don't care if it's a penny. Get on there, contribute
Yes.
something. Because the thing is, we saying free 99, but guess what? Somebody's paying for this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Somebody-
saying?
free.
It's not free
To everybody.
Yeah. So it's getting paid for somehow. So if there's any way that you can help, donating is a really good option. As far as volunteering, we just launched one of our volunteer / ambassador arms called Village Aunties.
Come on, y'all not missing.
Listen, let me
Yes.
tell you something. These are some powerful Black women. So like we have a community advisory board that's just Black women from the community that kind of steer the direction of our programming.
Right.
But the Village Aunties, they're the Black women that want to get involved. They want to help, but maybe I can't commit the time it takes to be on the CAB. Community Advisory Board.
There you
Right.
go.
But I still want to help out. We have on our link tree, again, that's why y'all got to follow us on social media.
There you
Okay.
go. There you go.
On our link tree, the application is live at all times. So if you're interested and you just want to be considered to volunteer at our events, we're always accepting help. We need that.
Okay.
You can click that link and it'll take you directly to the application.
Tamale, I must be on there. When I heard Queen's Auntie,
I
that's what
love
you
it.
said.
Village Auntie.
Village Aunties.
As soon as I heard Village Auntie, I just heard where them fans at? I didn't know I went the wrong way. You know, I just normally say auntie and then some
Yes.
village, then you know.
Y'all can bring the fans.
And you know that they're going to be real.
They gonna be real.
They gonna be
with you
real.
and everybody.
Yeah, it's not a game.
All right. Well, thank
Yeah.
y'all so much for stopping by.
Absolutely.
As always, everybody on the live,
Thank
y'all
you.
continue to follow. We got the Black Wall Street Rally.
Hey,
They y'all heard Jay Friday. Y'all know Jay Friday?
Jay, where
He
you
on here.
at,
He
bro?
said I'm here somewhere, and the other people saying I'm there. You know,
Okay,
so
yeah.
y'all can hang with me. I'm there for food and support.
Yes.
You know, I'm supporting everybody that's gonna come.
Heavy
through
on the
door.
plate.
We have an ally right here.
Yeah. So
I
local.
forgot to mention, we usually use, we're intentional about using Black-owned businesses. So if y'all want to eat some real good food
Come
prepared
on.
by these Black hands,
There you go.
not these specific ones,
But
but some Black
something
hands,
similar.
Right.
You
So give
know,
an
Yeah, I
example.
got you.
you know somebody done put their foot in it.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. Come eat, be merry. Pour
Yes.
into these Black
yes,
women.
Absolutely.
The Mama, they
absolutely.
always are the absolute best guests.
I know,
Come on,
right?
I promise you.
Love
know.
it.
So y'all have a good time.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Yes,
for your
we
time
appreciate
invested because I know y'all got the right energy, but we know this work sometimes
Yeah.
and it's not always easy.
Yeah.
Just know that we
Yeah.
understand that. But thanks for bringing the right energy, you know, because I
Yes.
know everybody feel welcome. The one at the event center, I'm going to be outside on my way inside because Brittany
got
said I
you.
can. Y'all got me.
Yeah.
All right.
She said we'll slide you a plate. Yeah.
We're going to see y'all next
Like go to the back door.
Right.
we're gonna get off. I ain't giving y'all my secrets. All right, man. Look, okay, KBOB 89.9 FM News. You can use Queens Village, y'all.
Yes.
Support that cause. We'll
Yeah.
be right back, y'all. You know, just as involved. Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry. Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the #1 choice for upscale events, from weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
Sound familiar?
Well, guess what? Sounds like you need the Last Stop Shop. The only name you need to know. The Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service. And they come to you. They get you running or stopping again. From brakes to starters, alternators, generator, RV, even welding repair. They also do mobile fleet maintenance and mobile oil changes. Like I told you, this will be the last stop you ever make. Call the Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service at 918-405-3970. That's 918-405-3970, and they'll have you back up and running in no time. Mention you heard this ad on KBOB 89.9 and receive 10% off your first service. Who you gonna call? The Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service. That number again is 918-405-3970.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa, I see you here. In Tulsa, I'm in Tulsa chillin'.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM. Chilling on the corner in my 6th fault. Hypertension and stress. I don't need no more. 1, 2, 3 into the fault. The doctor's at the door, ready to make an entrance.
The doctor's in.
Doctor, please help us save the world.
Oh, yeah. It's time for the medical report with Dr. Andre Perdue.
Right here, right now, with Charles and Damali
On World One Development's news you can use.
What's up, Doc?
I love it. One of my favorite drops.
And just like that, we are back. Doc, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Welcome back to the show. We miss you, man.
Hey, listen, I miss y'all too. Listen, that was Queens Village. They're doing some amazing work. And,
Yes.
That is a population that we need to be more sensitive about. One of the questions is why is there such a difference in survival or morbidity and mortality, which are the kind of the medical terms that we use for African-American women and newly born African-American babies. And, there's a lot of factors that go into that. And there are some of them that are institutional.
Yes.
Due to, some of the things the young lady said about, sometimes our ladies aren't heard, sometimes there may be some trivializing some of the symptoms that they may have. But also, it's also important to keep in mind too that we have a higher percentage of women who have hypertension or who may have gestational diabetes or who may be morbidly obese, who may not have had the prenatal care for a variety of different reasons. And so, when you start on that track and you're already behind in the race, we got to figure out a way to get them caught up. And and the hope is that, the things that they're doing at Queens Village, it actually is something that can actually help with that.
So let me ask the question because I hear everything that you're saying. But when we track, like I watch my weight, I try to. Sometimes I watch it expand, and then I have to, get it back down. Yeah,
that's
exactly. But so one of the things that I noticed is that when we are talking about being obese and being overweight, when you look at the charts, right, for how much you should weigh according to your height and all of that, for me, most of the time, Black women, we're all obese.
So that's something to keep in mind. Those charts are the foundation of those charts are Scandinavian and Finnish men and women who are not African American.
Right.
We as African Americans, that old saying about being big boned. Well, we are. And so, I think when we look at obesity from the standpoint of being obese as an African American versus being obese as another race, we have to look at it differently. I think one of the things that we have to keep in mind is just from a physiology standpoint, how can we do what we do daily?
Gotcha.
If you're waking up in the morning and you're out of breath on your way to the bathroom, I don't care if you're at the right weight, there's something wrong.
Right.
So, I think it's important for us to keep in mind that, how we are able to mitigate life, I think plays a prominent role in what our definition should be of being obese or being overweight. But it is one of those kind of things that we use those charts, and every medical office has those charts. You have to keep them in mind. But at the same time, if you go in there and it's like, hey, we like to have our women be shapely.
Yes.
Okay.
I love how he navigated that. Be shapely.
That's what we like.
Let me ask. Yeah, go ahead.
And so, you know what? And we've seen those individuals who aren't. I want my wife to be shapely. And that means that she's given the definition by that chart of being a little overweight. Baby, you be overweight.
Right.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Let me,
because with me, when they said that with the Queens Village, I just couldn't go past that because I'm glad you came on next, because you did put a different perspective and light on it. Because one side they might, that could be some racism in it. It could, but some is what you said. Hypertension and those other things are factors. So when you think about that number, do you think if they said 3, out of the 3, how did she say the number to Molly?
She said essentially that, for every 3 babies white babies that go home, only 1 African American baby goes home.
Why do you think that's maybe conditions? What would you factor in and say that might be down a little bit more if you did have the prenatal care and those things? Could it come down?
Well, listen, you know what? It's a multifactorial issue. You can't just say, okay, well, you know what? It's institutional racism. Well, listen, we've had institutional racism since we got here.
Right.
When we came over on the boat, it was institutional racism.
Right.
So from that standpoint, and you cannot control how others view you.
Right.
And so with that being said, we need to spend more time being introspective and saying, okay, how can I be the best version of me for me and my baby? Now, the life of a person of color is just different. Life is just different, whether you're male or female. There's different stressors on you. There are different environmental issues you have to deal with. But those issues are there. We can't necessarily remove ourselves from them.
Right.
But we do control our activity level. We do control our knowledge base. We do control, how we value health and both physically and mentally. And so if we can get to a point where we're able to better optimize ourselves, then some of those other factors become diminished, which allows us to have better birth rates, better mothers going home rates, things of that sort. It should always be about how can I be the best version of me, or how can we be the best version of our community? Because we don't have any control over how others view us, and sometimes we don't have a whole lot of control over the resources that are available to us.
Right. That's right. And I'll do this to Molly, and I'll pass it to you because I was listening to what they said, and I'll say when my wife had my daughter, and because I'm there. just being transparent, it was some issues.
Yeah.
The doctor, the nurse, the stuff wasn't really set right.
Yeah.
And this out there, she done got cut. I'm looking at blood. You pulling stuff out, sitting it over here. I don't really know what it is. And the doctor is like, this is unacceptable. Go get this and this and this. And in my mind, I'm sitting there. We on KBOB. How can I bring it down? I'm kind of like, if something happened to her, something gonna happen to everybody.
Yeah.
It's one
Right,
thing.
yes.
It's one thing if something that happened that was not within your control.
Mhm.
It's different when you're supposed to set this stuff the right way, and the doctor is saying this is unacceptable. Meaning,
Right,
whatever was
right.
going on, he was not. And I'm just looking at blood. She done got the shot, so she just smiling. Right.
Mhm.
And this is a person that's healthy. They got the prenatal care. That's done the stuff right.
Right.
So that's part one. And then when my daughter had my granddaughter, I'm there. Y'all notice I show up when the baby's coming because it's time to pray.
Yes, yeah.
We church people anyway.
Yeah, we understand.
But when my daughter had my grandbaby, she back there too long.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just kind of like, man, what? It does not, we
Yeah.
keep saying,
What's
hey,
going on?
and you can't go back there, and you got to be understanding because it is the medical. And that's why I'm glad you're here where you can say, Brother Charles, this is what you do.
Yeah.
But then when she came, then my granddaughter had some little situations and had to get some little therapy done. And it's like, well, Daddy, man, it wasn't right back there. Some young girl trying to pull and hurt my baby, and so for me, sometimes I'd be like, man, I know you have to have residents come in and learn. Everybody got to learn, but I'm like, can we please not do that with my baby? I know you can't control that,
Right.
but I think we all, if it's your grandbaby, it's your kid, may think that. But where am I out of line, doctor? You keep me in line.
Well, listen, I don't think that you're out of line. I think that, when it comes to our children and comes to our grandchildren, when it comes to our family, we are always going to have a heightened sense of concern, a heightened sense of anxiety. When my wife and I had our last child, we ended up spending 2 weeks in the hospital.
Wow.
Because her water broke early. But one of the differences is that at that hospital, everybody knew me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They knew I wasn't no joke.
Yeah.
And so, as far as things being done in a pristine fashion, that's the way they got done. I think that in situations where we have, where we kind of embark upon this journey, I think it's important to make sure that we establish relationships.
Yes.
And so if we have a relationship with the individual that's actually delivering the baby, or we have a relationship with the nursing staff, and sometimes that's just the way that we carry ourselves in the pre-birth process.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to be there 3 days, and people are kind of ranting and raving, and I want you in here, and you need to do this and need to do that, and you end up kind of skewing the individuals that are going to be involved in your care for them to be thinking that, okay, well, this isn't somebody that, I have a favorable opinion of.
Right.
Then
Yeah.
you may be more susceptible to something maybe not done as correctly as it should be. I don't think that people are making the determination that, hey, you know what, I want to hurt somebody.
Mhm.
But when you establish those relationships where people know that, hey, you know what, this is Charles Harper.
Mhm.
So, hey, his family's been good to us. These are the things that he's doing in the community.
Mhm.
You know what? Sometimes people will go a little bit further just to make sure that, hey, you know what? I want to make sure that everything goes well. We always have to keep in mind that, the birth of a child is a miracle in itself.
Yeah.
Man.
There are so many things that can go out of the ordinary, and they start at conception.
Yeah.
So, if someone is having challenges all along the way, or maybe their prenatal care is not up to date, or maybe they're in a challenged environment, to think that that's not going to have an effect on the delivery of the baby and how the baby's going to do, you're not being honest with yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we need to make sure we optimize that entire environment all the way up to the very end. Establish those relationships so people know that, hey, you know what, this is Dr. Ferdue's third child. Okay.
Mhm.
And hey, you know what,
Relationship.
then what ends up happening is there's a much better chance that the process will go in a fashion that you're comfortable with. That doesn't necessarily mean complications don't occur.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily mean that sometimes bad things just happen.
Mhm.
Right.
But, then that, hey, I've done the things I can
Right.
to try to make sure that the ground is fertile.
Mhm.
So we get to give, me and my family the best chance of walking out of here happy and joyous over the new addition in the family.
That's it. And for me, I just say shout out to all the doctors,
I know.
all the nurses, because I love all of y'all. Because like I say, I try never to make things about a race thing.
Yeah.
I just try to make it about just a relationship thing. You know what I mean? And that's always where I am.
Yeah.
So when I come in, I'm I'm nice, whether you're black, white, green, it don't matter.
Right.
But like you said, let's create a relationship.
Absolutely.
Where it's just good for everybody. That way the ratings at the hospital is a 5-star.
Absolutely.
The experience was good, and then everybody walk away, with a good space. All right, I know we hopped on that, Damala. I know you got something to say. What you got?
So actually, I was actually just scrolling through Facebook.
We switching gears.
Lord.
I know, right? And we ran across this article, and so I thought I would print it off just because I wanted to get Doc's opinion about it, and maybe because it does affect us. So the headline was, which is what caught my eye: Black Americans diagnosed with heart failure 14 years earlier than white Americans, study finds. So that was, and I'm like, I want to see what they're talking about.
Okay.
So I pulled the article, and it says a new study shows that Black Americans are diagnosed with heart failure nearly 14 years earlier than white Americans, with social and structural factors such as education, insurance access, and neighborhood resources playing a major role. It says that U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in 2023, heart failure was mentioned on 452,573 death certificates and was responsible for 14.6% of all deaths in 2023. And so there's this study that they did is called the Racial and Ethnic Differences in Patient Age at First Hospitalization for Heart Failure. That is a long name. But they found that Black patients were hospitalized almost 14 years earlier, and Hispanic patients more than 8 years earlier than their white counterparts. So of course, I just hit you with that, but what are your thoughts about this and just what I've read thus far?
Well, I'm having a hard time. I don't know if it's not very often that I'm actually a little tongue tied, but I would have expected us for people of color actually to be diagnosed later, not earlier. I think when we do go to, and I'd be interested to look at their percentages. If they're saying 452,000 individuals, is that 440,000 of them are Caucasian?
And they don't break down the race, right? So I couldn't get to that.
So, but I will say this: that when you have people of color that come to the hospital, I think that there are times that in the process of the workup that we do, we may do I won't say a more diligent workup, but it's one of those situations where it's almost an expectation that we're not as healthy. And so if there's an expectation that we're not as healthy, then maybe more tests get done. And if more tests get done, then we're more amped to find something that may be out of the ordinary. There are other factors that go into that from the standpoint, okay, are you talking about individuals that are being seen on a regular basis by physicians? Are you talking about people that come into the emergency room who haven't ever been seen before, and they come in with chest pain, and then you do a workup on them and you find out they have heart failure? Right. I think that may tend to be a little bit more of that scenario that they're talking about. But again, this kind of echoes the point that we as a community need to be better about getting medical information earlier and seeing and having a primary care physician at an earlier age, making sure that if we do have hypertension, that those things are being worked up. If we have diabetes, that those things are being worked up. I think we tend to come to the medical dance a little bit later than we should. And so then by the time we get to the dance, sometimes we've already incurred enough medical conditions that are maybe in that moderate to severe range, where now we're talking about someone who their life expectancy maybe 10 years ago was 80. Now their life expectancy is 70 because they've got a number of medical conditions that are likely going to play a very prominent role in shortening their lifespan. But studies like that, you really have to dig into the weeds and really figure out, okay, well, 452,000 individuals, that's a lot of, that's a big end, so to speak. But you know what, how are we looking at these? Are these inpatients only? Are these inpatient and outpatients? Are they being seen by a primary care physician? Are they being seen first by a cardiologist? How are we gathering all of that information for us to make that type of assumption? Because from my experience, I think that we actually get diagnosed a little bit later. I wouldn't expect 14 years earlier. That's a number that I need to read the study and make sure that I'm comfortable with the statistics and what their algorithm was of creating their data.
Yeah, let me ask this, because the one thing I know, like sometime back in home in Arkansas, man, it's kind of like you go to the hospital, it's time to die. Don't nobody want to go to the hospital and get nothing done. When I can say, once I got older and then I actually go to the hospital and I get my checkups and all that, I said, you probably died because you never went till you was 45 or 50.
That's actually more of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you know what, if you go to the hospital and you're wheezing and you can barely get out of a chair and you're 150 pounds overweight, and with that you're likely hypertensive and diabetic and hypercholesterolemic and you have atrial fibrillation, all of these things, and now you go to the hospital if you've never gone before, that's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if we're talking about being seen much earlier in the process, trying to manage your risk factors, know your numbers, being compliant on your medications, you're doing those things, they're the expectation is that you should have a high quality and high quantity of life.
Yeah. And that, which brings me to my next question. When should you just really be intentional about knowing your numbers, blood pressure and all that? Because I'm only asking that because sometimes when you're in college and stuff, you're 19, 20, you're not thinking about that till you maybe hit 30.
Yeah.
But when should you say, hey, regardless of what you think, at this age is when you need to start seeing what your numbers are and those kind of, I know it could be case by case if you're overweight.
Yeah.
But
there are a lot of factors, but if we want to be kind of rather general, I think that when individuals graduate from college or they get themselves their first job, meaningful job. I mean, if we're talking about working, I don't have anything against Brahms, but if we're working at Brahms, well, because that I don't necessarily consider that a career. But when somebody kind of steps into their career or their calling, one of the first things that they should do is get a primary care physician.
Man, right there.
Because you know what? You can afford it. It's not a matter of, okay, well, I can't afford to go to the doctor. You should probably get a checkup yearly. And if there are things that are coming up that are out of the ordinary, they will then say you should come back twice a year. And if there are things that need to be followed, they may say you need to come back 3 times a year.
Right.
But I think what happens is that we get into that mindset of, hey, we have to kind of slay the world, slay the dragon. We've got to go out and, make our hay. And, I got to be able to buy my house and buy my ride and, and doing all, and I got to make sure I've got a $5,000 watch on and all of these other things that are really not that important.
Right.
And we end up spending all of our energy doing those things as opposed to looking at your health, because as we said before, health is wealth. So if early on, if you're being seen very early on, like in your mid 20s, very early 30s at the latest, that, hey, you know what, I have, we all can look back at our family and say that, hey, we have a history of hypertension or diabetes or obesity or a variety of things. And the one thing you can't do, you can't run from your genes.
Yeah.
And so, you know what, just because you may not be obese, if you grew up in a household where obesity was an issue, well, you know what, there are dietary things that occurred in that household. You had to eat what everybody else ate. So you may be one of those individuals who might be walking around with hypertension who may not be 20 or 30 pounds overweight.
Right. Let me ask this. I'm going to pass you the mic. I promise. Well, you got your own mic. But so, because I can say this, a lot of stuff I ask, it's myself and it's just my peers.
Right.
You go to the doctor, because kind of what you said is what I did. I was 24, finished up school. I went in for my doctor's appointment. The first thing they asked, well, what's your family history?
Yeah.
I have no idea. None. And then some people are gone. Dad gone, mama gone, grandparents gone. Yeah. So you really can't get, because since that's not a practice in your family, then you don't have somebody pass away from cancer or high blood or something. You don't know. All you know is grandma gone and grandpa was people just gone. So if you're a young person out of college and you can't get that, how do you go about establishing that if you need to?
Well, listen, you know what? I think that we should all know a little bit about our history, but
Right.
there's sometimes that we may have grown up in foster care, or maybe our mom or
Right.
dad wasn't home with us, or maybe they passed away early. I mean, that's still meaningful information. But what it does is that it clues that the physician into, I don't have a blueprint of what your family's life was like. I have to look at you. And so that
Right.
means that, of course, we got to check your blood pressure and your blood sugar. And we got to make sure that, hey, if there's anything that may be a little bit awry, I can't look back and say, well, you got a family history of hypertension, so we need to go like gangbusters in managing this.
Right.
It may be a matter of saying, hey, you know what, maybe we start you off on a low dose of a medication, and we kind of move from there into a more aggressive plan, depending upon how well you do with the beginning plan.
Right. And the ticket too, and is, I feel like a lot of times, it's I remember, you go back to your 20s, you graduate from college, and your parents are like 45, 50.
Mm-hmm.
The assumption is then they seem so healthy that they're going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Doc, people is checking out. Come 57,
Right.
58, 59, even like right now,
Yeah.
people are just dropping like flies. So I think it's like the Molly, and it's like a misperception of how long you got to live.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, but listen, you know what? We can all say that 100% of us is going to die.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, the notion of, and there are so many factors we can't control. We can control going to a doctor. We can control being compliant on medication. We can control knowing what our blood pressure numbers are and our blood sugar numbers, or what are our cholesterol numbers. We can control, hey, I'm going to work out 3 times a week. Doesn't mean you need to start training for a marathon, but that may very well mean
Do
that
something.
Shake a leg a little bit.
Right.
Exactly. Hey, you know
Right.
what? You find an activity, get your heart rate up a little bit, get a little glycerin going, and you know what, and keep it moving.
Right.
So there are things that we have control over that we don't control. And then it's a matter of, okay, well, why am I in this position? Well, you know what? We've played a role in where we are.
Right.
There are certain things we can't control. We can't control institutional racism. We can't control the fact that, you're driving while black sometimes is an issue. We can't control going into a club or something and people look at us sideways for whatever the reason. But we can't control those other factors.
Right.
So, live in the world of controlling the things that you can control.
Because the Molly, I think she was about to turn 50. We started working together because I'm going to at least work out 3 times a week. Yeah. And the Molly said, I got to get ready. I'm turning 50. I got something for him. I said, you got to go work out. So she came and worked out with me. Like you said, it's good to go do something. Yeah. So I said, well, let's just try the elliptical. So I don't know how you're going to do. Let's just get on the elliptical. So we going about 3 minutes in, Doc, her check engine light came on.
Like,
because
tapped out.
You see this, and all of a sudden you see.
Yeah.
I said, if you 3 minutes in, I'm just saying if you work out a little bit, that can tell you something. Because if you think 3-4 minutes, but then the next week you 6, 7, next week you 10, 15, 20.
And I'll say this, the other thing is, the older you get, you need different types of exercise, because I had done Zumba for 20 years. Every morning getting up, I'm doing my little, I done got the whole video set, and I'm got my little DVD in there, and I'm doing my little Zumba. But then when I went, and so I was like, okay, I'll go work out. And then when I get there, I'm like, woo, I don't know about this. I don't know. I might need to go back to Zumba. Yeah. So I think that you need to grow, and you need to change your routine.
Yeah, you definitely need to change your routine, because your body will become efficient. If you do the same thing each time, your body will be efficient at that. So by changing your routine, maybe you lift light one day, maybe you walk on a treadmill one day, maybe you ride a bike another day. But if you're constantly changing your routine around, so your body is not becoming used to that activity, what ends up happening is you become inefficient, as your body becomes inefficient. So that's when you actually get your calories up, your caloric burn goes up. That's when you sweat more. That's when you're really taxing your heart more, so that you're actually getting an appropriate aerobic or anaerobic workout.
I think most people, the first thing they say, Doc, is I ain't got time to work out. So I'm just going to ask you. The beauty is you a doctor, so who's more busy than you? So what do you do if you can help out these thousands of people listening in to just make sure you can move a little bit?
Listen, you know what? I think that you have to know who you are as an individual. For me, if I don't work out in the morning, I'm not going to work out. When I come home now, 20 years ago, I would work out at night. Okay. And, and then I would, work out in my basement, and then I'd take my shower and get ready for bed. Now I'm a morning guy. So, you know what, now I need to work out in the morning. the days of doing the 60-minute workout, or P90X, or and which gone to P60X, and now it's like P15X.
Right.
I need roughly 15 to 20 minutes of rather high intensity activity,
Right.
and that's good for me. Now, as you go through life, you realize that, hey, you know what? It's not that I can't work out for 90 minutes. I don't want to.
Right.
Right. I don't. I mean, I don't have an
Just
interest
be
in that.
effective in what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, know who you are. Have some goals. You may have a goal that, hey, you know what? I want to go to my high school reunion that's 6 months from now. Okay. And I'm 20 pounds overweight. Okay. Well, you know what? You can lose 20 pounds in 6 months, but you know what? Have a plan of how to do it. We have apps for everything. There is an app. I promise you can find an app that will give you an exercise program that will follow you. It will follow your caloric intake. It will follow your heart rate, everything. So, it's so much easier than it used to be when we had to pop a DVD in or something of that sort. It's like, okay, well, if I'm not at home in front of my DVD player, I can't work out.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you don't have to worry about that.
I started lifting first because my auntie, who was the dude with the afro, Simmons or something that used to work back.
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons. And I told my aunties I cannot work out to this guy.
Yeah.
For y'all on that season, y'all know what I'm talking about. Nothing against, but he did have the energy. But the dress code and the afro, my auntie to be right.
Yeah.
With him. But for me, the P90 guy, I'm like, okay, we can do that. But the Simmons guy, my energy ain't right. I can't make that kind of adjustment. But nevertheless, this is the last thing I say is 80% of the stroke and heart attack stuff is preventable.
It is.
So that's for everybody. It don't matter if you're black, white, green, or yellow. So, Doc, tell them why 80% is preventable, and at least give them 3 things that they can do.
Well, listen, you know what? If you look at the major risk factors for hypertension, for stroke, and for heart attack, they're the same: hypertension, diabetes, hypercholesterolemia, obesity, cardiac disease, carotid disease, obstructive sleep apnea. If you look at those factors are controllable. What we can control our blood pressure and our blood sugar by how we eat. We can control them by the medications that we take. We can control obstructive sleep apnea by losing weight. We can control cardiac issues by seeing our primary care physician or our cardiologist on a regular basis and being medically compliant.
Right.
We have much more control than we sometimes give ourselves. It's easy to look in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? I'm 100 pounds overweight. I'm never going to get to where I want to get to. Right. You know what? Rome wasn't built in a day. Right. So you know what? Let's be the best version of ourselves today. And then we wake up in the morning, God willing, and be the best version of ourselves the next day. And you just move from there. It's not a race. Right. Everybody's different. As we get older, our metabolic rate changes, and so things slow down. So we're not able to lose weight and to do some of the things as quickly as we could when we were younger. But if you know your medical conditions, you know your medications, you're compliant on your medications, and you're exercising and trying to eat a healthy diet, you know what? You'll go a long way towards improving your quality of life.
All right, I'm gonna give you some shot. I'm gonna give you the P. There's a lot of people on. They be here to see you, Doc. They be here because they doctor.
Hey, listen, I appreciate it.
But then cousin Lori is on.
Yes, hey,
Molly's mom, my mom is on. Hey, Natasha Mitchell is on. Welcome to the show, Miss McClennan. I just say that. Welcome to the show. Uncle Brian is in the building.
Hey, Uncle Brian.
Michael Brewers is here with us as well. Angela Davis, what's up? Yeah. Welcome to the show. AJ got the Molly gonna read that. Got Miss Ernestine Broom. She is royalty to us. Beach Queen. They still listening in.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all staying locked in with us as well. Kent Rose is in the building. Kent. We got Mr. J Friday.
What up,
the man,
Jay?
the myth, the legend. He's in here as well. And I'm gonna come back. Black Wall Street Rally. I got the shirt on. They're in here too. You want to read a couple of the statements?
Yeah. So AJ says, "Hey, doctor, it's good that you are back because Dr. Charles, aka Big Rock."
Hold on.
He said you have more medical growth than educating us because we need the best education you provide us. It's going to be better for us. I love you, Frat Blue 5.
I know I had my medical coat. I said I had my coat in the car, and AJ called me on the phone and said the doctor on the way. I got him on GPS. So take the NYCU.FM jacket in, but leave the white coat.
Leave the white coat
on the way.
Uncle Brian says, Doctor, I have a question. Because of my health issues, my doctors had me on Wegovy. And I was on it because of CHF and stroke issues. I also have sleep apnea. And I was on it for 6 months and I lost 35 pounds. But my insurance decided I didn't need it and stopped paying for it. After 3 months, I gained most of it back, but I was having stomach issues. But I don't have those now. But now I'm worried it caused me to be in worse shape than I was before. What do I do?
Wow.
Well, I think you need to have a conversation with your primary care doctor, from the standpoint that you losing that 35 pounds, I think helped you.
Yes.
Gaining all of that weight back. You know what? As we get older, when we have big weight gains, it's harder on our body and it's harder for us to process that. So I don't necessarily think you not being on the Wegovy, that the Wegovy, the initial time hurt you. I think it was mainly the weight that you gained back once you stopped it. These are situations where doctors sometimes have to make calls to insurance companies, physician to physician, and say, "Hey, this is what's going on with this patient. You know what? I want to advocate for my patient." And so keep that in mind. That may be an option for you to have your primary care physician make that phone call. Because it sounds like you probably were feeling significantly better. 35 pounds is a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight. Yeah. Natasha says that there are lots of numbers to decipher in that study that I read, which is why I gave the name of the study so that everybody can go and look at it for themselves. And then if you have questions, then Doc will be back next month and you can ask those questions as well. Doc, I'll give you the article and you can just take that with you.
I appreciate it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Let me see. There was one other comment. I thought, no, that was it.
Yeah, I want to say shout out to Trish Factory. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Trish.
Ron D was down there, I believe, in Omaha.
Hey,
Omaha is in the business. Cy Willis.
Hey, Cy.
Mary Jo.
Hey, Mary Jo.
What's going on, my sister? Good to see you. And we got many, many more. Look, I'm trying to get a lot of people on, man. Local, national, and that's what happens. It's the doctor effect. Dr. Freddie, when he come in, they be waiting. Now, y'all got to remember now, our community, our health is every Friday at noon. That is the doctor's show. So when you're going to get more of him, you don't have to wait till once a month. The second Wednesday of every month. You can tune in every Friday at 12 noon on KBOB 89.9 FM and on our community, our health. Go to that Facebook page, like it. Go to the Instagram and like it.
Yes. All right. That looks like it is time for us to move on. So we are going to go next to our Black History trivia question. No, yeah. Is that what we're doing?
Hump Day Hot Topics.
Oh, no, we're doing Hump Day Hot Topics. That's what we're doing. I'm sorry, I'm lost. Whoops.
89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
Hey, guess what day it is? Hump Day! Hump Day!
October 30th.
Hump Day! Hey, Mike.
It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
Mike.
And we are back. Let's do this. We got, and we're going to go right to it.
Okay.
We got some King George tickets, 2 of them. So we coming up with a quick way that you can win the ticket. And how you going to be able to win those tickets? And we'll say it here in the next 10 minutes. If you're on the live, you need to text a friend. Whatever you need to do, go ahead and do it.
Yes.
And to win it, we have a producer. And he's a bad man with a fro. But he has a birthday. I don't know his birthday. Damali don't know his birthday. But if you on the live can guess when is Stephen Key's birthday, whoever get the closest is going to win the King George tickets to the concert on October 18th. And I'm telling you, the tickets going fast and it's going down. So Stephen Key's, whenever his birthday, as close as you can get. I don't know. Damali don't know. Doc, none of us know.
I don't know.
So on the live, let us know what you think, and then we'll come back, and whoever get the closest is gonna win those 2 tickets.
Just your best guess
today. All right. Hump Day Hot Topic.
Hump Day Hot Topic. Okay, so I picked this hot topic just because it came across once again. I'm scrolling on social media and saw this, and I picked it for Charles. And the reason why is primarily because I wanted to show excellence in our communities, but then I also wanted to encourage folks that, stick to what it is that you do. Things may get rough, things may get tough, but stick to it. Okay, so this is for you, Charles.
Okay.
Arkansas's oldest officer retired at 93.
Wow.
93. He had a 65-year career. Okay, so it says L.C. Buckshot Smith That's his name.
I know a lot of big bucks.
Yes.
Okay.
From Camden, Arkansas.
What?
Yes.
Wait a minute. I went to school in Camden,
I
Arkansas
know,
from
right.
6th grade to 8th grade. So I was there
Yeah.
for like 3 years.
Yes.
I know Buck. Come on.
Yes, Camden, Arkansas. He was the oldest police officer. He had a 65-year career, and he retired. So this is funny. He retired at 81. Because he was like, okay, I'm just tired. I'm going to retire. This is what they said. They said I had too much knowledge, history, and understanding to let it die. So he went back to work.
Come on.
And worked until he was 93. He was 93, and then he ended up hurting. He fell and like hurt himself, which kind of re-injured an old injury that he had.
Right.
So he decided to go ahead and retire. Since then, so that was in 94. So he actually retired last year, but then he passed away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which goes to the adage that I think, Doc, is it's like as soon as you retire, then it's like you out of here.
Can't retire, huh?
Yeah, you can't retire. So this man worked 65 years, but I thought that was amazing because the police department said you've got too much knowledge and history, and you just know how to do things, and we actually need you here. And so what he shared was his secret to long life was to eat healthy, eat lots of vegetables, and not too much fast food.
What you think about that?
He's right.
He made it to 93.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was just a little
Camden,
tidbit.
Arkansas.
Yes.
Oh, man. Camden, Arkansas, stand up.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, we got some people that's guessing. Look, if you missed it, if you turned your ears off for whatever reason, you got to guess what Stephen Keys, our producer, birthday is. If you get it right, you going to win the King George tickets. So, and we're going to do that here in about 5 more minutes. You got another Hump Day Hot Topic?
Hump Day Hot Topic. Another one. Okay, so you guys, you know that we told you about Operation Safe. Right. Where our governor decided that he needed to send people from Oklahoma City to Tulsa to clean up the city and some of these homeless encampments.
And the mayor's like, what are you doing?
And so the mayor's like, hey, we got this. Mind your business. We got our city under control.
We want to unpack that.
Well, guess what?
What?
The bill is in.
Of course.
Okay.
The bill is in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How about Oklahoma spent more than $500,000 for them to come and clean up Tulsa? So this is what it was. It said the state used a company based out of Oklahoma City to travel to Tulsa every day. So we didn't even use anybody in Tulsa.
Exactly. Instead of using the folks that are already here in Tulsa.
Here.
Yeah.
So that alone in mileage and travel came to $93,286.14.
Just mileage and travel.
Just mileage and travel. Mm-hmm. Right. Let's see. The total cost was $545,680. They used a place called Boomer Environmental that billed the state for 17.5-hour days for the project manager and up to 18 technicians that made $94.38 per hour. Let's see. The state entered a contract with Boomer in 2021 and has renewed that contract ever since. So what that sounds like to me is this is your friend.
That sounds like a money grab.
Yeah, this is your friend.
Like
I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like to
what
me.
you think about that? If you want to weigh in, you don't have to weigh in, but if you want to weigh in, it's we business people. We all are entrepreneurs, even though we do.
Yeah.
$545,000.
Yeah.
Well, you spent $100,000 driving down the turnpike, which in all layers it make better to do it with the locals because at least you may have a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, better than go to a mental health place, go here or go to jail.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
That's your plan.
Because that's like a Band-Aid on, what's really going on in our city.
Right.
I mean, what makes more sense is let's get with city officials and see how we can do that. And I'm curious to know what Oklahoma City's homeless population looks like.
Right.
If you're down here in Tulsa,
yeah.
and I've been to Oklahoma City a lot of times.
Yeah.
And to me, at this point in life, like every city looks the same.
Yeah.
There's homeless people, around. They're panhandling. I mean, we've been to Omaha, we've been to, California, we've been to a lot of different places, and it's the same thing like everywhere that I see. So I don't understand what made it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is what went on with the tribes and our mayor, and I think that of course the mayor, I just look at it. He's the CEO of your city.
Right.
That's what the mayor is. He's the
Right.
CEO. But then the governor
Mhm.
is basically the CEO of the state.
Mhm.
And I think since the mayor could make decisions within,
Mhm.
his threshold or his power,
Mhm.
then I think to me that was like a flex,
Mhm.
if you ask me.
Yeah.
And to me,
But it
Damali,
costs us all.
it costs everybody, and to me that's what a lot of people don't like about politics,
Mhm.
because it ends up not being about the people.
No, it's not.
It's about something else. And who is that good for? Nobody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, and then you got your tab. You got to
Yeah,
pay. Well,
and you gotta
we
pay.
got to pay
Yeah, that
when
we
other
gotta
people
pay.
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So anyway, just wanted you guys to know that, and we told you about the, Operation Safe when it was happening, and I actually witnessed it. So now we just wanted to share with you, we got a bill, y'all, that we got to pay now.
I just want to say, Risky, welcome to the show.
What's up?
Risky's in the building.
Yes.
Diane Waiters, welcome to the
Hey,
show.
hey.
Arlisha Walker, welcome to the
What's
show.
happening, y'all?
Miss Gloria Cephas, welcome to the show. And then Uncle Brian said, bullshit is a true crook. And there is a weasel in the hen house. I didn't say it. News you can use and said KBOB. Uncle Brian said it. All right.
I love it.
Okay.
Well, listen,
Okay.
all those encampments will be back a year from now.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah,
like
so-
that.
yeah.
Because what are we going to do? Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. Once those individuals are let out,
Yeah.
they'll take some time to collect whatever they need to make a home,
Mhm.
and then they're going to go to areas that that they're comfortable with. So
Yeah.
so
That-
Right.
so we spent $540,000
For nothing.
For nothing. Yeah, we'll be doing
For
the,
nothing.
we'll be doing the same thing next year.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So the last one that we wanted to talk about, and we told you guys that we were going to keep up with this
Let me
story
say-
as well.
I'm just going to tell them the question one more time.
Oh,
If you want to win the King George tickets,
yeah.
our producer of the show, Stephen Keys, is here.
Mhm.
Whoever gets close to whatever his birthday is. What we got so far is Lori Campbell says October 21st. And then she said October 26th, laugh out loud. Lauren Evans, welcome to the show.
Hey, Lauren.
Lauren, we haven't seen you. Love you, sister. She said March 30th.
Who
For Mr.
said this?
Stephen
Lauren?
Keys. Lauren says
March 30th.
30th. Natasha Mitchell said October 15th. If you want to win the King George tickets, he's coming here for the first time. He's going to be at the Arby's Event Center October 18th. Jay Friday, he on the live too. He's going to be the host and he hitting the stage. Whoever get close, after this last hot topic, we're going to announce the
We're
winner
gonna
of those
talk about
tickets.
it. Yeah. Okay, so you guys know, and you heard the story about Trey Reed,
Yeah.
who was a young man at Delta State University, 21-year-old black man who was found hanging in a tree
Yeah.
at this Mississippi University on campus. And they came back and said that that he committed suicide.
Right. The initial.
And what did you say, Charles, to that?
Black man ain't hanging himself in no tree. Man, that is so violent. It's so egregious.
Mhm.
We not doing that. So anytime now, if you're in prison or something, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But out here in the streets,
Yeah.
I'm telling you one thing we not gonna do. That's too violent. We not climbing in no tree. One, we don't like climbing, and we don't like to deal with heights.
Right.
And we just not doing that. So you can't say that. And then why you gonna do it on a college campus in the middle of the that's not what we do. So I just knew when they said, I was like, man, that is a lie.
So Colin Kaepernick
Uh-oh.
decided that he was going to have an independent autopsy
Oh man, I didn't know.
performed. And so this is what it says. And I'm just going to read what it says. It says Colin Kaepernick's independent autopsy of Trey Reed has drawn sharp attention to the troubling inconsistencies in the official police account of Reed's death. The police autopsy, which suggested suicide, Kaepernick's findings pointed to clear evidence of assault and strangulation occurring before Reed was hung, raising serious doubts about the original conclusion. The autopsy revealed signs that Reed endured a beating, and medical experts agreed that marks consistent with strangulation were present. Those details were overlooked in the initial police report, fueling concerns about a possible cover-up and racial bias in the investigation. The attention has now shifted to 4 white college students who have become suspects. Reports indicate that the altercation began when Reed's sister, so Trey Reed's sister, voiced criticism of Charlie Kirk, prompting these 4 students to confront and attack her. Trey Reed then intervened to defend her, leading to an escalation that is now believed to have resulted in violence against Reed. The case underscores ongoing concerns about racial violence, privilege, and the need for thorough scrutiny in justice system cases where young men of color challenge status quo figures, especially when those confrontations involve emotionally charged topics like those surrounding Charlie Kirk.
Oh, I gotta let you go first on that, Dr. Fred. Are you gonna leave it alone or what? Yeah.
Well, this is the world we're in now. So, there's no civility. You can't disagree with anybody. You can't say anything out of the contrary without people feeling like, they can either put you in harm's way, put their hands on you, or get in your face and say something. So, and this is a product of, look who our president is. So, and there's a whole bunch of folks out there that primarily voted for this president because he does that. He said, hey, I want to be like that guy and say anything that comes to mind. Well,
right.
You know what happens is that these kind of things happen. So it's a sad state of affairs where our country is right now.
Right.
It is.
Yes. Prayers to that family, because
First
that
and
is I cannot even imagine. I cannot even think about me sending my child off to college so that they can have a better shot at life and a better life. Right. For then this type of foolishness to happen. So I am hopeful that, whoever perpetrated this, that, those folks be found and brought to justice swiftly, and we'll just kind of see what happens. But apparently there has been some issues on this college campus for a little bit, as what I was reading as I was researching this. So anyway, just wanted to give you the update, and as more information comes available and I, locate that, then I will definitely be sharing that on our platform.
And I'm just going to say, man, y'all got to be careful out here. Whether you're at college, you're a truck driver, you're a young lady sitting at a bus stop, it's just some weird stuff going on right now. I'll just say that. And two, it's not just egregious that these are the findings, which this sounds more like what I would think would have happened in maybe a different story, but something like that. And to me, the most egregious piece of it is the cover up by the coroner, the cover up by the police officers, the cover up. To me, that's the most.
It goes higher up.
That's that's tough, because you could deal with that if the system was what the system was supposed to be, because this happened. So if the system do what the system's supposed to do, I'm not even fussing about nothing. They had an altercation, somebody went too far. But then when the system say it was suicide and the police writer said so, then when you do that, then that's my problem. Even more so. And it's still sad because we've been 21-year-olds on college campuses. Kids been 21-year-old on college campuses. So you just got to understand this could have happened to anybody. And it's sad that it happened to this young man. But shout out to Colin Kaepernick for stepping up, because these are things you can do. So now his family can take this to the next level to hopefully get justice served for this young man.
So AJ says the brother had only a jogging suit. From my understanding, he was hung by a belt. Have you ever wore a belt with a jogging suit?
Right. Yeah.
So, and then Beach Queen says they could have came up with a better lie to cover up this foolishness. I pray the family will get justice and the killers be brought to justice. Somebody else said too sad. Beach Queen. Right. So,
cousin Fran, welcome to the show. Fran Wiley Mitchell.
Hey, cousin.
Love you, miss you. I haven't seen you in a little bit. All right. Black History Trivia question. And then we're going to say, look, if you just got on, our producer, Mr. Stephen Keys, has a birthday. He was born on Sunday. He had to be. Whoever get that date is going to win 2 tickets to the King George concert coming up on October 18th. All right, let's do the Black History Trivia question. That's all. Oh, look, prayers. Look, Crash.
What's up,
I ain't even gonna say his government name. Y'all can see it on the live.
Okay.
Let's do it, Damani.
Okay, so Black History Trivia question. Here we go. What Black female scientist invented in her kitchen an electric self-feeding apparatus for military amputees made using boiling water, plastic, an ice pick, and a hammer? Was it A? Sorry, somebody's calling me on my phone. Get off there. Was it A, Bessie Blount Griffith? Was it B, Alice Ball? Was it C, Annie Easley? Or was it D, Mamie Phipps Clark?
Doc, what's your answer?
I'm going to go with D.
You're going to go with D.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? We're going to give you just a quick second.
And the second is gone. What we got?
The answer is, if you said A, you would be correct. And nobody said A. So
Nobody said A?
nobody said A. Everybody was on the B train.
Oh,
And then
that's
we got
right.
a C and a D train.
Oh, my goodness.
But everybody missed the A train.
Mhm.
All right. So Bessie was an American writer, nurse, physical therapist, inventor, and forensic scientist known for her groundbreaking work in assistive technologies and forensic sciences. While working in the Bronx Hospital in New York, she invented an electric self-feeding apparatus for amputees using plastic, boiling water to mold the material, a file, ice pick, hammer, and some dishes to create a prototype of her invention. The device had a tube to transport individual bites of food to a patient's mouth. Into a mouthpiece, and it allowed patients to control how much they would eat without assistance from others.
Man,
Look, check this out. America would not acknowledge the device because it was made by a black woman, so she ended up licensing it to the French government.
Hey, you gotta get your money.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm a Frenchman.
Yeah, so it's Bessie Blount
Bessie
Griffin.
To her,
Wow.
parlez-vous français.
Okay.
Is that right?
I guess.
Hey.
Yay, you got it. Okay.
All right. Okay, we
All
got
right.
these answers coming in.
Oh,
For the
answers.
tickets, for the tickets.
Okay, so what? Hold on just a second. I had wrote some.
You had wrote them down.
Right here.
Beach Queen said the 16th of October. Somehow they got. I think I got them with that move. And
Okay,
then-
so we had Lori had October 21st. Lauren said March 30th. Natasha said October 15th. And you said who else
Lori-
said Beach Queen?
Lori, yeah, Beach Queen. Lori said the 6th. Cousin Lori said the 6th.
Oh, the 6th. I'm sorry. I thought it said 21st. Okay. Beach Queen said what?
Oh man, there's a lot of people on the live. Beach Queen, what did you say? It's the 16th.
The 16th. Okay.
Somebody finna win these tickets.
All right. Anybody else? Going once? Going twice? All right.
Beach Queen said C. Okay.
Okay.
For the answer for that.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
already did that.
It was A. Okay. All right. So if you said, and it looks like Lauren is going to be the winner because his actual birthday is the 31st, March 31st.
March 31st.
March 31st.
Wow.
March 31st.
Yes. March 31st. So Lauren said March the 30th. So she
Wow.
1 day off.
Wow.
1 day off. So
1 day off, but she's the winner.
she's the winner.
She's the winner.
She's the winner.
Lauren, our sister that runs Juneteenth right here in Tulsa. What's the last 3 years? 4 years?
Mhm.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
And I won them tickets.
So Michael Brewer
Lauren?
talking about he meant to say A.
You
ain't mean to say A. You
Michael
said B.
I'm a.
Yeah.
AJ
All
said.
right, so Lauren gets those tickets to King George.
Just like that, man. We're gonna see you on the
Lauren
18th.
said, "What?"
Hosted by Jay Friday.
Yes.
Also, it's gonna be Marcellus the singer and Fat Daddy.
Mhm.
Fat Daddy. Everybody know a Fat Daddy. Even if
Okay.
it's a baby in the house, everybody got a baby they call Fat Daddy.
Right.
Anyway,
All right, so this week's Black History trivia question was sponsored by Black History Saturdays. The brand book of the week is going to be Blackbirds in the Sky by award-winning author of Voting Booth, Brandy Colbert. Blackbirds in the Sky recounts the story surrounding the Tulsa Race Massacre that took place May 31st and June 1st, 1921. The attack began after Dick Rowland, a 19-year-old black man, allegedly assaulted Sarah Page, a 17-year-old white woman, resulting in a mob of white Tulsa residents seeking justice. The attacks, backed by government officials, burned and destroyed more than 35 square blocks of the neighborhood at the time of the wealthiest black communities in the United States, known as Black Wall Street.
just like that. Good job, Damali.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our producer gonna give us a little bit of music. Y'all get your pen and pad out. We finna let you know what's going on in the city and our upcoming events. And the doc gonna give you 3 things that you need to do to make sure your heart attack and stroke levels stay low. Because we're getting close to the holidays, y'all. Y'all
Oh
know how
my
we do
God,
it for
yes.
Thanksgiving and
Yeah,
Christmas.
and
We
it
got to
is
make it.
Stressful.
Indeed.
What we got for the upcoming events?
Upcoming events. So don't forget that Soul of Sunday happens every single Sunday with Corey D from 1 o'clock p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. on NYCU.FM or Facebook at NYCU.FM and Corey D. Taylor. The Center for Employment Opportunities Second Chance Job Fair is happening tomorrow at 11 a.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. at 556 North Denver Avenue. This is a job and community resource fair designed to connect justice-involved individuals with businesses who are willing to give them a second chance at employment. For information, call 918-894-6561.
It's a great opportunity.
The mayor's essential and daily service community conversation will take place at the Hardesty Regional Library on October 13th from 5:30 p.m. until 7 o'clock p.m. So govern yourself accordingly if you're in that region. The 30th annual Stone Awards are happening October 17 and 18 in Memphis, Tennessee. Charles, Uncle Bobby, and I will be receiving awards. They are also asking folks to come from Black Wall Street to Beale Street.
There you go.
Okay. So if you are interested in going and participating and being there to support us as we receive our award, they are offering some discounts. So you can call 901-273-5038 for more information and to purchase your ticket.
Hey, one thing, Black Wall Street Rally gave us a donation toward the trip. If you or your company want to go, give us a little donation, because you know we travel all the time. Me, Uncle Bobby, and Damali, we're going to be heading down there to represent Black Wall Street.
Yes.
With 7 other states, some of the foot soldiers, Edmund Pettus Bridge, lawyers, mayors, all kind of different people going there. We're going to have a good time down there in Memphis. So come hang out, eat some barbecue, listen to some BB King.
Okay. Yes. All right. King George with special guest Marcellus the singer, Fat Daddy, and our very own Jay Friday will be performing and hosting the concert. This is going to be happening October the 18th at the Arvest Convention Center. Go to ticketstorm.com in order to purchase your ticket.
Lauren got the tickets today, y'all.
Yes.
I missed them.
And Taylor got the tickets last night.
Yep.
So, hey, y'all missing out on the free tickets. All right. The mayor's Children, Youth, and Family Outcomes Community Conversation is going to take place at Tulsa Tech Limley Memorial Campus on October 21st from 5:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. And his Homeless and Housing Community Conversation is going to take place on October 27th at the Herman and Kate Kaiser YMCA from 5:30 to 7. And lastly, his Neighborhood Conditions and Vitality Community Conversation is going to take place at the Tulsa Dream Center on October 30th from 5:30 to 7 p.m.
I'm so glad he's doing that.
I know, really.
Sometimes you'd be like, where's the mayor? You don't have to ask about Monroe Nichols.
Yeah, he's all around.
We're going to get him a hat and a shirt that say, I'm outside.
Right.
Because he's always
outside.
Is it two of him? He might be a triplet.
Right.
Doc, he is everywhere.
Man. But he's making it happen, and he is a prime example of being a mayor for the entire community.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not just, focused on one area of town. He's focused on the entire city.
Absolutely.
So all of these community conversations, and even if you don't live in a certain area, but
Still
you're concerned about the topic, then make sure that you go and participate in that community conversation. The Expungement Expo is going to be happening November 1st from 10 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. at the 36th Street North Event Center located at 1125 East 36th Street North. You can go to Tulsa's Expungement Expo on Facebook for updates. We will post the flyer. There's also a link for pre-registration. So, you guys can go ahead and get in where you fit in so that you can get your expungement issues taken care of.
Yeah, and if you don't know for whatever reason, this is old stuff that's on your record. Back in college, you got crazy, you got pulled over, you had a DUI, you had something that's keeping you from getting a house, your kids, a job, college, scholarships, man, stuff hold you back when you got a record.
Exactly.
So come on to the event center, save yourself a few $1,000s, get your record. We've expunged over 600.
Yes.
And this is our 6th one.
Yes.
So pull up. So the event center will be the courthouse.
Right.
The municipal court, fines and fees, everything you need to get it done. So instead of 2 years and $5,000, you get it all done in about 4 hours. How about that? We'll see you at the event center.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't forget that daylight savings time, we're going to fall back November the 2nd. I hate fall back. I totally hate it.
You hate it too?
I hate it.
I like going to bed early. And so, yeah, when it get dark at 5:30,
No,
I just start telling people good night. Because people don't be wanting to leave. But see, folks don't want to leave when the sun is still up. Sun stay up to 9 o'clock. That's too long.
Right.
5:30, it fool you too. You begin to leave. You're like, man, it's just fine. It be pitch black dark.
Pitch black dark.
And that's why I can tell people, look, when they try to say, can you come over here? Good night. It's dark. Once it get dark, like in Africa,
dark, yes.
time to
go to bed.
Look,
Go to
speaking
sleep.
of Accra, shout out to our councilwoman in Christie. They landed in Africa, in Ghana, to do business. So Black History Saturdays has landed on the motherland.
Right. All right. The Black Wall Street Rally. Now, this is some information for all of you motorcycle enthusiasts who love the rally. This is some information for you. Black Wall Street Rally 2026. The dates have been confirmed. They are May 14th through the 16th of next year. So I'm telling you this. Why? Because hotels sell out. Like there is no place around for you to get a hotel. They are doing an early bird special now through December 1st. If you purchase if you register, it's $55. So you might want to get it, involved in that. This is it's a $55 weekend pass. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We are going to be on stage once again this year to host the event. And so, we wanted to just let you guys know early so that you can start getting your tickets. Make your way to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Early bird gets the worm.
Exactly. It's going to be amazing. Want to also give another shout out to American HTV and Crafts at 6808 South Memorial Drive for our amazing gear that we currently are wearing. You see it, our jackets that we have back behind us. We appreciate you guys so much. Reach out to them for all your custom gear needs. Charles is going to show for those who are on the live. You can see our NYCU.FM with the microphone. It is amazing.
That's funky.
Yes, we love it. So if you guys are interested in getting gear, then make sure you go by and see them. They do class reunions, family reunions, high school.
You're a coach, AAU coach or something, whatever you need. Trust me, they got it.
They got it. It's amazing. And I think now we're down to birthdays. So today, and you guys are not going to believe this, but today is my grandson's birthday. He is 21. I cannot believe that he is 21. He is the first one that made me a nana. And so happy birthday to my grandson, Brayon Penny. Love you. Wish you all the best. Then I got to give a shout out to my brother. I did not put him on last week, but my brother Travis Elliott out in LA, yesterday was his birthday.
Happy birthday,
birthday, brother. And then October 11th, which is on Saturday, Mom, who is online, it is her birthday as well.
Birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Donald, Rose, and Fifi also share birthdays with Mama.
Mom, could I have some bread for your birthday?
Excuse me,
but I get you something
cannot ask.
I just on the live because I feel like I can hold her accountable.
Oh,
if she say yes, I can say I had witnesses. If you say it on your birthday, Mom, love you. We're gonna do something for you. So get ready.
Oh my God. Fran says, did y'all hear what happened to Tiki Stewart? She got a not guilty verdict yesterday.
Yeah.
I missed that. Thank you, cousin. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got all these remote reporters around here. I love y'all.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. That's it. So don't forget, remember, you can reach us up on any of our social media platforms. That's World One Development, 36th Street North Event Center, Edgerac Youth and Family Fun Center, Fitting Back In Prison Reentry, or NYCU.FM.
Doc, final words. It's the medical report you pulled up today. We appreciate it. You gave me the day off. You hit another grand slam. So whatever your final thoughts for 3 things first for the stroke and heart attack. 3 things y'all need to do this, and then whatever your final words are.
Hey, 3 things. Keep in mind that 80% of stroke and heart attack is preventable. So know your numbers, be physically and mentally active, and make the choice to quality of life is more important than quantity. But the interesting thing is that if you have good quality of life, it gives you good quantity. So, let's make choices today that can affect our families, particularly when we have youngsters that are at the table with us, or or other folks that we're pouring into, because we as fathers, we need to be there.
Yes. Yes. Agree.
Absolutely.
Hey, one more comment. Natasha Mitchell says her parents' wedding anniversary is Saturday. They will be celebrating 56 years.
Wow.
So congratulations. And Fran says, happy birthday, Amy. Mama saw. I just want to say that.
All right. Love y'all. We got to get ready to go. Click share on this video because you can always run it back. It's been another great medical report with our doctor, our brother, our friend, Dr. Ferdu. 5+ years hanging out. He's still our cousin, y'all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
All right. So to reach us here on the show for advertising, hosting, marketing, promos, community engagement, or to appear live on our show, just go to nycu.fm and leave us a message. Someone will reach out to you. Please subscribe to stay up to date to all the latest happenings that we got going on, and you can get it first. This has been news you can use. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
And we got Mr. Stephen Keys on the 1s and 2s, and Uncle Bobby's in the room. So make sure you stay locked in.